welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a tool that's literally shifting the ground beneath how knowledge workers operate. We are talking about Claude cowork. Okay, let's just jump right into this hook. Think about this. In 1972, calculators hit offices and accountants panicked. In 2007, smartphones hit and taxi drivers panicked. Right now, something exactly like that is happening to knowledge workers, and honestly, a lot of people haven't even noticed yet. Just like calculators and smartphones, Claude cowork represents this massive moment where the rules of productivity change completely without warning. So here's what we're exploring today. Meet your new AI agent, setting up Claude safely, mastering the project brain, real-world use cases, and finally, building custom AI skills. Section 1. Meet your new AI agent, the paradigm shift. This right here is absolutely crucial. We have to understand this massive leap from an AI assistant to an AI agent. Look, standard AI chatbots, your typical assistants, they give you a plan, right? They tell you what to do step by step. But Claude cowork, it's an agent. It acts as the hands. It actually reaches into your computer and executes the outcome for you, wrapping these highly complex developer tools in a totally normal, approachable chat window. To really grasp the difference, think about this limitation. In traditional Claude chat, you're capped at 20 files per conversation, 30 megabytes per file. Why? Because everything has to be uploaded to the cloud. But since cowork accesses your local files right there on your own hard drive, those limits, completely gone. You can point it at folders containing hundreds of massive files, and it just starts working. Section 2. Setting up Claude safely, your actionable blueprint. Okay, so how do we safely invite this incredibly powerful agent onto our machines without, accidentally deleting our life's work? Setup is actually super straightforward. First, you'll need the Claude Pro plan, which is about $17 a month. Next, download the Claude desktop app for Mac or Windows. But step 3, this is the big one. Create a dedicated playground folder in your documents. This makes sure Claude only works exactly where you give it permission to play. By setting up these exact guardrails, you're basically putting training wheels on the agent. It keeps your computer 100% safe while you learn the ropes. Because cowork can literally read, rename, and delete your local files, you really want to explicitly instruct it to ask for permission before modifying anything. These boundaries stop it from running wild and give you total peace of mind. Section 3. Mastering the project brain, how Claude thinks and remembers. Now, what's really fascinating here is how cowork manages its memory locally instead of relying on the cloud. Think of this Claude.md file as your high-level manager. Normal AI just forgets who you are the second you start a new chat, right? But every single time you open a project, Claude reads this local file first. That means all your standard operating procedures, your brand voice, your specific goals, they're injected at the very start of the conversation, automatically. And right alongside that is memory.md. If you tell Claude your preferred writing style, or say a formatting preference just one time, it writes it to memory.md. It acts as a truly persistent second brain. If you correct it on a task, it logs that correction right here. It is honestly incredible to watch because the tool literally gets smarter and more aligned with your specific workflow the longer you use it. Section 4. Real-world use cases. Escalating the wow factor. All right, let's see this thing in action. We need to shift from a task-first to an outcome-first mindset. Instead of asking for steps on how to organize a folder, you just point cowork at your messy downloads playground and describe the exact outcome you want. Remember, we're delegating to an agent now. You aren't asking for advice, you're giving a command to a highly capable digital employee. So in literally minutes, Claude creates the folders, reviews the files, renames them, and moves them all independently. It turns a boring 30-minute chore into a 90-second automated miracle. Notice how it actually looked at an image, figured out it was a receipt, renamed it, and filed it away. It recognized the PNG as a boarding pass and sorted it right into travel. It's actively cataloging on your local drive. Let's escalate this to an even more complex task. Say you point cowork at a folder full of random PDF receipts, and you just ask it to extract that data into a brand new spreadsheet. Now, it doesn't just give you plain text in a chat window, no way. It actively generates a pristine local Excel file right there in your folder, and it'll flag anything blurry for your review. It actually reads the raw data from images and PDFs, understands the context of a vendor name versus a total amount, and builds the literal file for you to immediately open up and use. And it goes way beyond local files. Using connectors allows cowork to safely open Chrome to, let's say, audit your YouTube analytics or read your Gmail to draft replies that perfectly match your tone. By hooking into Chrome or your Notion workspace, Claude Cowork stops being isolated to just your desktop files. It becomes an agent that can actively navigate the web, pull live data, and draft professional reports completely on your behalf. Section 5. Building Custom AI Skills. Automating Repetition. Finally, let's explore how to turn these complex workflows into repeatable, one-click automations called skills. The absolute highest leverage way to use this is to perform a task manually one time, perfect it, and simply ask Claude to reverse engineer its own work into a saved skill file. Instead of retyping some massive prompt every single week for a recurring task, you guide Claude through the process manually once. When it gives you the perfect result, you just tell it to learn from what it just did, and boom, it creates the automation for you. By building your own custom skills, you're essentially cloning yourself. You're allowing Claude to perform complex tasks perfectly every single time. It's truly amazing to witness. Just imagine taking 3 messy, completely different weekly updates from your team and having a custom skill that instantly formats them into one executive-ready report in seconds. That's the real power of creating your own specialized AI agents. We've gone from simply asking AI to draft an email to having it run entire operational workflows right there on our local machines. Those who learn to delegate to AI agents like a manager are undoubtedly going to pull ahead. So the only question left for you is this. If an AI agent can flawlessly execute your repetitive daily tasks, what will you do with your newly reclaimed time?